What is it? Tires, components, geometry, culture, mount things.
Done.
Welcome to the Bike Shed, where we talk about how-tos to bike reviews. Today, we are talking about 5 reasons why you need a gravel bike.
Gravel bike. So we like gravel riding.
A lot.
Bit of riding in the dirt. We've done a little bit before.
Yeah.
And Devan's been investigating what it's like on a real gravel bike.
Yes.
And we're going to run through some of the big plus points why you might want a gravel bike over some of the other kind of drop bar curly bikes.
Yeah, so I guess if you were looking at a gravel bike, the 2 main bikes you would be comparing the gravel bike against would be a road bike and a cross-country CX bike, right?
Yeah.
Those all very similar, but not really at the same time.
They do different jobs. So if you're thinking about maybe you want to get into commuting or you want to do a little bit of road riding, a gravel bike might be an option you haven't looked at that can do both.
And so, 5 reasons. 1 would be tires. Gravel bikes can run pretty much any tire, and I put that to the test on Noosa Enduro up in Queensland, and I was running 44 mil tires during the race.
Biggest tires you've ever...
Biggest tires, and they were quite squishy, which was a lot different than having 25 mil tires.
Comfortable.
90 PSI and 100.
Yeah.
A lot more comfortable. You felt more confident on the descents. And the great thing about the clearance on a gravel bike is that you can fit anything down from, a 33 up to a 50.
Yeah, you can go really big tires. So it depends a bit on the frame, but a gravel frame is designed to have plenty of space around the wheels. You can put mud guards as well. So if you're commuting with a gravel bike, you can throw some mud guards on and you won't get kind of that spray up your butt. So yeah, gravel bikes have plenty of clearance for tires, and tires are what's really makes such a big difference with how a bike rides, how it feels.
Yeah.
So important with the tires and a big plus point.
Yeah, and you do impact aerodynamics slightly, the bigger tires, right?
Sure.
But at the same time, you're typically going to have an increased comfort. So
yeah, comfort over aero is
any day.
For me every day.
Any day. Number 2. What's number 2?
Components. So the stuff that comes on a gravel bike, it caters for a wide range of riding. So you'll generally have quite a large cassette at the back, so a big spread of gears, so you can go fast or slow just with that, all in that one cassette. You might have probably 1 chainring at the front, making it really simple, easy to maintain, not much to fill with mud. You've only got to worry about one derailleur instead of 2. So a simple drivetrain.
Yeah.
On a gravel bike with a wide range gives you lots of options.
Yeah, you have the dinner plate, is what they call it.
Dinner plate rear cassette. Yeah, huge rear cassette, so you can go up the hills. You also get some small gears, so you can go down the hills, but a big spread is the main thing.
So massive range, but I guess the one downside would be when you're going downhill, you're going to maybe run out of gears.
Yeah.
Unless you're going down some sketchy descents like Peter and I did in his gravel adventure, where you don't want to go any faster. You can see me walking down the hill on that one.
Yeah, but if you have most gravel bikes will come with a 38, 40, 42 tooth chainring, and that covers quite a broad range if you've got maybe a 42 at the back, even up to a 52 in something out of a SRAM Eagle. So you can tailor it to what you're doing. You change the front chain wheel, put a bigger chain wheel on the front, or put a smaller one if you're doing more steep stuff. But yeah, your drivetrain is meant to be simple on a gravel bike.
So wide gear selection. Next, you have geometry. So difference between a CX bike versus a gravel. A lot of people ask that question, and can you explain?
CX is cyclocross bikes, come from sort of Northern Europe part, Dutch, Belgians. They like riding these kind of bikes where they're a bit like a road bike, but with a slightly taller bottom bracket and a little bit more clearance for tires up to 33 wide, which is very small. I mean, that's half the size of your thumb, so it's not that big. And those frames are quite steep, very aggressive. The courses are usually very small and you do laps of, so lots of tight corners. So they're not really set up for comfortable days out in the gravel. They just be small loops. So steep front end, tall bottom bracket, agile, but that also means less stable.
Okay.
So how did you find on your gravel bike?
I felt really comfortable. So I rode the Marin Headlands 2, and that has quite a, I guess, slack geometry in some sense. It was really, really comfortable. Felt solid on the bike. It comes with 46 mil bars, so you feel really comfortable, especially in
width
the drops.
At the front, yeah.
I really enjoyed the bike, and I felt like when I was on the road, because there were sections of the New Enduro that were on the road, I didn't really compromise speed. I felt quite quick.
Fast enough.
But I think that's all relative too.
Yeah, it's all about being comfortable. So a gravel bike will make you feel really sturdy, really supported when you go onto that slightly rough, gravelly surface. And that's the difference between a gravel bike, a cross bike, or maybe even an upright kind of all-day type road bike. Is it just makes it grow a little bit longer, and that's where you get a bit more stability.
And I think the really cool thing is that if you look at the course, and you can kind of dictate the wheels that you'll need, and you'll have that room because the tire clearance.
Yeah, you can put a bigger or a smaller tire, depending what you're riding.
And next you have mounts. One thing that I love about the Marin Headlands is there are heaps of places.
It's almost like Swiss cheese.
Yes.
Which is cool. That's what you want in gravel bikes, because people like to screw things to everywhere on a gravel bike. Mounting stuff for when you're going camping or you're going out for lunch or a picnic. You got mounts all over the place, so really practical.
Yeah. So plenty of mounts, and you can also have places to put a frame bag, bar bag, saddle bag. I used this when I was racing, which is perfect. I put my gels in here, I put a pump in here, everything you need in the frame bag, easy to access. Yeah, I love this frame bag, and this is a 3 liter, which isn't too big, which is
just for a small day ride. It's perfect.
Next.
Culture.
Yes, the best part.
The best part, yeah, it's the best part. That's why we ride bikes.
Yeah. One thing I noticed is after the event, heaps of craft beer, everyone's super friendly. It's an interesting dynamic, because what I found is with racing, they do it in waves, and it's not really categories. It's you race with the pros, you race with the best, and it's kind of a really fun atmosphere. And you all finish together, not at the same time.
Yeah.
But you finish the race together. It's just pleasant, and everyone's super relaxed in gravel, I find.
Very different vibes. So people are there to have fun,
Yeah.
and the fact that maybe it's a race or that maybe you have a number plate on the front doesn't make a huge amount of difference. People are there to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the roads, and finish with a good day.
And with versatility as well. If you get a gravel bike, you can go bike packing, right?
Yeah.
You can commute with it. You can also ride off-road, on-road. It's essentially the
It's a bit of a do-everything bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking for a bike that maybe does some road, maybe does some commuting, maybe your first bike after you haven't ridden in quite a long time, a gravel bike might be a really good move. With a couple of sets of tires, you find out what you like best.
And that's 5 reasons why you need a gravel bike. Let us know your favorite thing about a gravel bike down in the comments.
And what have you mounted? So I know quite a few people that have mounted all sorts of stuff to a gravel bike.
Send in your photos.
Yeah, send in some pictures of what you managed to strap to a frame.
All right, until next time.
Thanks.